This is the triple Qs on the 5-minute time frame. Here are your price targets for Friday. We ended the day at $473.22, up 0.98%. To the north side from where we are takes us to resistance and a potential take profit area at 477.81. Above that, at 3 standard deviations and another level of resistance, 480.70. And at 4 standard deviations, roughly 483.44. To the south side, the middle of the trend and the baseline takes us to 472.20. VWAP is at 471.16. And -2 standard deviations and another level of support and a potential buy-in area, 466.49, 463.74, and 460.74. Looking left, this is a clear buy area at support. And then we're just grinding here along, the middle of the trend here. My battery's low, so I've got to move it along here. But we're just slowly grinding up, and the next target to the north side is now $496.07. And that gap opened up on Tuesday, July 16th. And the bottom of that, just move this to right here, takes us to 488.44. We are not in that channel, not in that zone just yet. Something to be aware of to the upside. And as far as the gap to the downside, we filled this gap at 463.74, 451.44, and now this other gap will take us down to 435.54, but we are moving farther away from this channel in an upward channel right now on the 5 again. And the next ticker I want to go over is AVGO. We ended the day at 164.56. Oh, this is wonderful. I just put the price label on and it kept the color code that I have been using for some weird wonky reason. TradingView did something and now they fixed it. Fantastic. So we ended the day up 3.97%. Here are your price targets back to the middle of the trend. It takes us to 166.49, 170.89, 173.16, 175.40, and VWAP is in the blue line at 163.77. Another level of support, 162.02, 159.77, and 157.55. And note the buy-in here at support, the sell-off at resistance, and then if we fall down, this line then turns back into support. And this gap that I have been tracking since September 6th closed on the 11th on Thursday. So this is no longer in play, and we have been slowly grinding up. Let me take a look at this on the daily because I have not looked at AVGO Broadcom in a little while. So, there was this gap. Apparently I've been tracking. So this one closed. Now I'm marking this out on the daily. So it's going to change if you flip this over to the 5 minutes. So then I'll have to do some tweaking and cleaning it up because you're going to get different buy and sell signals on the different time frames. And the chart, when you mark it out, is not going to look the same either. So 149.98 to the south side, no longer in play. This is done. Delete. And on the daily, look at this is the buy-in, another potential buy-in. We are now at resistance on the daily. So we could be grinding along this line till we decide to go up, or the shorts take it down. The sellers take it down. The 1-year price target is 192.48, and that's a 16% return from where we are. Previously, when I looked at it, there was a 20% gain. And that was, I was looking at it, I think maybe like right along here, I guess, because that's where I marked it out. And the next one I want to go over, let me flip this back to the 5, is a trade that I got stopped out on PLBY. Do not trade this. This is the most volatile thing. It's scary. Can't, you don't know what's going to happen to this thing, but I bought in at 55 cents on the 20th and I sold out today at 60 cents. And I set the sell limit at roughly, I think it was at the time that I set it, around 2 and 3 standard deviations. And the deviations, the calculations change. The high today was at 61, or it said 62, so right there. And I got out, stopped out at 60. So had I been tracking this, I could have adjusted. And that's why it's important to adjust constantly. But then I don't want to babysit either. So I just got to get out whenever I can. So I got out at a 9% return. So let's go over your targets. We ended the day at $61. All right, here. Let's go 61 even. Actually, let's just delete this for now. Or actually, no. So I'm going to move this so I don't forget to move it back later. Oops. Let's just take this over here. So this is where we landed. We are at resistance. I will anticipate a sell-off definitely tomorrow. We could bump up a little bit more and then go down, but the RSI has already turned on us. I use RSI as support and resistance as well. So that's 61 cents. And that's basically 62 cents, 63 cents. VWAP is at 59.60. The middle of the trend takes us to 0.5829. 0.5598, and then back to where I bought it takes us to roughly 0.5487. I bought it at 0.55. And the next target to the upside is 66 cents. This thing is going to whip you around. Set your stop loss, get in, get up, get out with this one. So I've sold out of this multiple times. It's a nightmare of a ticker, so very volatile. And let's look at one more. Let's look at Apple, and I am done because my computer battery is going to die. So this is it right here. This is on my Gap and Go ticker. So 222.77. So we're looking at 224.60, 225.48, and 226.43. VWAP 222.25, 220.93, 220, and 219.13. Note the bounce at support, sell off at resistance, bounce at support. This is a clear line here, and that's how I like to play it. Resistance, sell off, support, buy-in, grinding along upward. And if we're up here and we're down here, this turns into support. So I will anticipate a little bit of a bounce. The RSI has already curled up as well. And that is a look at Apple. If there's a ticker that you would like me to go over, please let me know and have a great trading day.